Teresa. I hope you're doing well today. Today I wanted to share a simple recipe of rice dressing. My recipe is pretty simple, and I thought I'd bring you along. So I hope you enjoy. I just wanted to show you, this is the meat I'm using, and it's 93.7, so it's pretty lean, but I'm going to be adding something to give it a little moisture. And then I'm just going to add purple onion, green onion, garlic, and a few spices. But that's all the vegetables I'm going to add. So we're about ready to start cooking. I put olive oil in the bottom of my pan and I'm heating it up. And I like to start with onion when I have lean ground meat. Sometimes you can use pork, you can use whatever you want, turkey. But I like to put the whites of the onion also in the pot. And this is a lot of onion, but it's going to be a lot of rice, so. And this is not a dry dressing, it's pretty moist. This is actually how my dad taught me to make it. It's different than what I usually do. So I have my fire on pretty high. So I'm going to start giving these a good coating in the oil and try to cook them quickly. Because this is a pretty fast recipe. So I like to cook these for a couple of minutes, and then I'm going to add my meat, and I'll bring you back. That I've already cooked my rice. It's hot, and I use medium grain. You can use whatever grain you like, but I cooked 2 cups for 1 pound of ground meat. That's usually the ratio I like to use. So I'm going to put a little salt in my onions and a little pepper. I like to season every layer. So I'm going to stir this a little bit, and I still have it on high. So those have gotten a little tender, so I'm going to go ahead and throw my meat in. See how it's pretty lean. But I'm trying to make this a little less fattening. And then I like to season the meat with just a little salt and pepper. And then I'll probably add some other seasonings. And while I'm cooking the meat, I like to break it up really fine and brown it pretty good. But I'll keep doing this, and then we'll move on to the next step. See, hopefully you can see with all the steam, my meat's getting pretty brown, and I broke it up pretty fine. So I'm going to go ahead and add my garlic, and I'm probably going to add about 2 cloves. I like to chop extra and store it in this drawer. That way I don't have to peel it every time, but I love to use fresh garlic. So that's probably about 2 cloves. And I'll probably add some garlic powder too. And we don't want to burn the garlic, so we need to stir it. And I turned my fire down just a little bit. And I'm going to add, not a lot, but just a hint of cayenne pepper, because I didn't chop a jalapeno, so I'm just going to add just, if it's coming out, I can't see it, just a little bit of that. You don't want to put too much, unless you like it. And I'm going to add about a tablespoon of soy sauce and a few drops of this Worcestershire sauce. You don't want to put too much because it will overpower it. And then I like to add just a tiny bit of beef stock. And let's stir that around. I hope I didn't add too much red pepper. I couldn't really see what I was doing. But those holes are really tiny that it comes out of, so I'm sure it's fine. So let's go ahead and add just a couple more things, like some onion powder, because the only seasoning on the rice is salt. A little garlic powder. And I have just about a half a package of this left, so I'm just going to throw this in here for extra flavor. And stir that. It smells good already. And this, I don't really like to use these kind of ingredients, but my dad said this makes the best, and his rice dressing is the best. It's this beef gravy, and I don't know if I'm going to add the whole jar. So let me turn my fire down a little bit so we don't burn it. I'm going to add half to start with. Because I want enough moisture for the rice. And you could add as much rice as you want. You know, if you like a lot of rice, you just add a lot. If you don't, you just don't add a lot of rice. Okay, so let me go get my rice, and we'll mix about, I actually cooked 2.5 cups, so added about 2 cups. So you just want to break this up and then see if you need more or not. Sometimes I like it a little meatier than other times. It just depends on what I'm in the mood for. See how it's just such a pretty color? 15 minutes, Ella. Sorry, we're baking something at the same time as we're doing this. That looks pretty good to me. And you want to taste it for salt and stuff like that. And then I'm going to add some green onions. These are the green onion tops that I chopped. And I like to add quite a few of those. So let's stir that. And I have to turn my fire on like really, really low. Just to cook these onions a little bit. And make sure the rice is mixed well. And I think I'm going to leave it at this. This looks perfect to me because I'm kind of in a meaty mood today. I find rice dressing to be one of those comfort foods. So we're just going to give it a little taste. I'm going to turn my fire off. More than that. We're going to have to buy another jar of that, Ella.
Would you like to?
So let me taste this. Oh, it's just right. Just the right amount of moisture, right amount of onion, salt, pepper. This is a really good recipe, and I was against using the beef gravy mix, but my daddy kept telling me, Teresa, you need to try it. Teresa, you need to try it. So I did, and I'm glad I did. And I can get 2 pots out of this. So let me bowl it up, and then I'll do a taste test. I'm gonna do a taste test for you. Here's the bowl, and I used to make it without that beef gravy mix, and mine was never as good as my father's. But this one is my favorite, the one that I've ever made. It is really good. And my daughter even loves it. And she's very picky. And it's so easy. It's really good. I hope you give this recipe a try. Like I said, you can use ground turkey, ground pork, ground beef, whatever you want. And don't be too scared to try that beef gravy mix. It really made a difference. But I appreciate you watching so much. I hope you have a great day. And if you enjoy these videos, please subscribe, because I'm sure having fun making them. Bye.